A little bit surprisingly, and a little bit unsurprisingly, conservatives and regressive liberals share a lot of similarities, and the one I'll be talking about in this video is feelings. Like regressive leftists, conservatives are obsessed with feelings, but unlike regressives, they don't want to admit it. Nonetheless, they're obsessed with the same feelings as regressives because regressives can't stop talking about how important their feelings are, and conservatives can't stop talking about how important regressives' feelings are. You know those jokes about vegans outing themselves in a scenario where it's completely unprovoked, and we all think those jokes are really funny, but you can't remember that ever actually happening to you? Well, that's conservatives with liberal feelings, because if you look around the liberal world, barely any liberals are talking about safe spaces, or participation trophies, or political correctness, or any of the other things that conservatives whine about, except maybe the most regressive, stupid liberals talking about them. But how often do we hear conservatives complain about liberal crybaby America and liberal snowflakes? Just take a look at this comment on a Fox News piece that details Sean Hannity scolding liberals for being upset after Clinton lost the election. The rant itself is completely self-serving, but despite its uselessness, commenter Matt Triano tries to make a fact-based, unemotional argument. And what's the response he gets? "Get over it, Buttercup," from Angela. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Does Angela go dispute his argument? Does she respectfully disagree? No, she focuses on one thing and one thing only, and that's Matt's feelings. She, like so many conservatives, sees a reasoned argument and instead goes straight for trying to undermine Matt by telling him to get over it, suggesting in effect that only his emotions are worth talking about, not what he's actually selling. You read the article itself and Hannity is pretty much proving Matt's point, whining about the feelings of liberals instead of actually going after their argument. Take a look at these examples, one of which details a proposed bill that would cut funding to schools which provide counseling and maintain the right of their students to peaceable assembly. The reason? The bill's creator, Iowa Representative Bobby Kaufman, says he finds the whole hysteria to be incredibly annoying, and that people have the right to be hysterical, but on their own time. To be fair, I totally agree with enacting greater penalties on demonstrations which block roadways, especially large ones like highways and interstates. There's no excuse for behavior like that. But this election was, and still is, extremely emotional on both sides. It makes sense that people, especially students, are stressed out. They're worried about their futures. But you're Bobby Kaufman, and you're annoyed that they're stressed out, so what are your solutions? Well, you could be an adult and ignore them, or you could try to reach out and make a very needed connection to the other side, letting them know, hey, we're all in this together. This isn't about winning or losing. It's about building the best America we can for both you and me. Now dry those eyes and let's get to work. But instead, you decide to punish them. It's like hitting a child to get him to stop crying, instead of talking them down or ignoring them until they calm down. Instead, you just let everyone know that you let the kid get to you and that you willingly lowered yourself to his level. This kind of, this is our town now, shut up and stop crying attitude that conservatives are currently parading around the nation is the exact kind of sore winner behavior that coincides nicely with who they've been for the past 8 years, where even before Obama was inaugurated, Republican leadership agreed to completely oppose all initiatives by Obama in an attempt to ruin him as a president, even if it meant hurting the nation in the process. Where else did 2 government shutdowns and the lowest approval ratings in history for our government come from? Or rumors like death panels or selling baby fetuses? Well, it came from the radical and fundamentalist politicking initiated by conservatives in government, not to mention all the hateful, completely unreconciliatory behavior by both conservative leadership and the media. Really, there's a reason that the Tea Party is no longer the fringe, and that's not because conservatives were behaving responsibly, to say nothing of liberals, of course. And now, conservatives go on and on about butthurt liberals, as if mocking people for being upset at Trump's victory is a valid criticism. Just take this example from Dusty Smith's Facebook page, where he calls for an examination of the skeptic community's larger than expected support for Trump, and somebody replies with a meme mocking him for his feelings being hurt. Anybody above the age of 10 should understand that the deflection "you're just mad" or "upset" or "butthurt" doesn't make your opponent's point any more or less logical. If I'm pissed off and I say the sky is blue, I'm just as correct as I would be if I were totally chill and said the same thing. The same goes for however I feel if I say the sky is green. If it's not green, I'm wrong. Very finally on this point, if I am bothered about something, the tired challenge issued mostly by conservatives, or especially, patriots or nationalists, which is, if you don't like it, then you can leave, as said by Tomi Lahren to Colin Kaepernick, is just another weak argument about one's emotions. It's saying in effect that because I'm unhappy with the state of affairs wherever I am, the best course of action is to just extract myself from that location. This isn't just poor logic, as I can easily say that you should leave because you have a problem with me having a problem. It also defies the basis of the United States, which was founded with the idea that people with opposing and dissenting viewpoints should be able to not just say them out loud, but also get involved in government and try to change things from the inside out. I'm pretty sure the Founding Fathers never said, "We want a country of two strongly opposing ideologies, and when one wins an election, the other should be quiet and not say anything for the next 4 years, because them's the rules that we made up." We don't live in the world of Game of Thrones, where a dynasty takes power and then all the heirs of the previous leaders are killed and their supporters are likewise punished. This isn't the French Revolution, or the Russian Revolution, or any other revolution, where someone takes power and starts chopping off heads. And since we're an open, free, and democratic society, people who disagree with you right-wingers will not shut up, or leave, if they don't like how things are going, just like you never do those things. They will, just like you, say whatever they want, whenever they want, and ideally it will be constructive. So please, stop focusing so much on feelings while complaining about them at the exact same time. Because conservatives are supposed to be tough and not give a damn, right? So please, prove it. Set the example for all those PC-loving, hurdy-feely liberals how to conduct a rational, unemotional, mature conversation.